Let's begin on a sad note as a moving train rammed into a bus conveying civil servants to work in Lagos on Thursday morning. The unfortunate crash occurred at the PWD bus stop in Ikeja area of the state. 6 persons have been confirmed dead by emergency respondents and more than 82 persons injured and rushed to the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, LASUTH, for medical attention. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who visited the hospital, said 2 persons died at the scene of the accident and 4 at the hospital. Let's hear from the governor.
So we have 85 passengers that were in the bus. From the immediate triage, that was conducted and to separate, various degrees of injuries. 42 were classified as moderate injuries. 29 are serious injuries. 8 are mild injuries, and unfortunately, we have recorded 6 fatalities. 2 were brought in dead from the site, which was what LASEMA, first respondents, talked about. But here in LASUTH, we've had 4 additional deaths, at ICU and some while undergoing the surgery. So that's the breakdown of the entire 85.
Very sad indeed, Jide. I wonder what the driver was thinking, how he thought he could outrun the train. I don't know. And just 5 minutes, just 5-7 minutes for the train to have passed would have.
It's not up to a minute.
Would have just
I
don't know what the kind of calculation.
There's just impatience. The average Lagosian is very impatient. Sometimes you slow down. You are driving, you slow down, just maybe for some kids to pass. They will
at the back
be honking at you.
Yeah. Do you want to sleep here?
I don't know. If I want, there was a day in Agege, one said, if you like, sleep there. Because I saw traffic lights.
You waited.
And I decided to, I ran that Odueno, as I was getting into Ogba. So I decided to stay.
This picture tells the story.
Yes, you see, the thing is, the trains have their tracks.
Yeah.
You do not contest the rail tracks with the train. You cannot.
And from like kilometers, you'd have been hearing the train honking.
Honking now.
So you can't say,
my way or this and that.
You can't say the thing just.
Look at the one that happened in Abuja too. Is it Abuja or Kaduna?
No, it's Abuja.
Or woman?
It's Abuja, that woman. Yeah, that died.
So our people need to be patient. It's painful to be apportioning blames where lives have been lost. But there's no...
This is glaring.
This is a very glaring case of impatience.
It's been explained also that the moment...
And it can't stop suddenly.
Yeah, the moment a train approaches, whether it's electronic or whether it's electric train or the motorized, this one runs on
locomotive.
On locomotive. The moment it is approaching, the closer you are to the track, the higher the magnetic field. So it magnetizes the vehicles. So you are not able to move fast, especially when the train is approaching. It will be charging the tracks. That's what happened in the case of the woman in Abuja. And I believe the same thing must have happened here. The moment a train is approaching, the tracks that are close to it, any magnetic object, it will be holding it. So that's why when the train is approaching and you are trying to speed, you won't be able to speed.
No. I know in Iloni, this thing, when I was still a little boy, I witnessed this kind of accidents. The guy thought that he could just quickly...
You can't.
No.
Well, if there's no train approaching, you can move fast.
Yes, but when it is very close.
When it's close, it will have magnetized.
These are workers, Lausa workers.
Innocent people.
Just going to earn their living for that day. That's why you see some buses. I remember earlier, if I take public transport, I remember some people will virtually be driving with the driver because
Yeah.
they'll be monitoring the driver. You can't take this kind of decision.
There are also some who push the drivers to
Yes,
drive against traffic.
Yeah.
Who say, look,
To
say what
disobey,
person see
to
me,
disobey traffic lights.
This is a lesson because I don't know what would have prompted this guy as close as this, and the train will be honking. Yeah,
Maybe he thought, look, before I get there, before he gets here, I'm gone.
You can see that the train moved that bus from the PWD crossing. You can see almost like how many meters from the crossing. Pushed it, the impact, the weight of that of the train of the wagons.
I was told that the driver surfaced some hours ago. That he has,
Yeah, of course, he would have escaped from what we are seeing. The thing ran into the middle.
Into the mid section of the
Yeah, the mid section of the.
so
of the
the
bus.
people at the back are the people in trouble.
Yeah, those in the middle and at the back, especially those by the.
You must have crushed the people in the middle.
So at the end of the day, 2 died on the spots. 6 persons have been confirmed dead now
Found dead now.
2 women died,
on the spot.
and a man to join them. Now, government is asking people to go to
Come and
LASUTH
donate blood.
Bagada General Hospital
Because
to donate
82
blood.
people, 82 persons are said to be injured, and they've been rushed to the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital.
This is an avoidable accident. Our people
Quite
must use their
avoidable.
heads. I don't understand the impatience.
And so
Impatience everywhere.
the driver must be prosecuted.
Everywhere. Even on social media, people have not finished reading what you posted. They will
will
give
abuse
a
it.
different meaning.
From the
They've not-
eyewitness
the
accounts, those who
Laziness
survived.
to read right up to the end.
They have the stereotype about it that once it's coming from DJ, that this
it's
is
a Tinubu person.
So they will abuse you. They will abuse you.
You know the question I asked? I told someone, I said, if you ever found a place on TV where I said, Nigerians vote for Tinubu, I will quit my job. I'm too professional to know that I can't campaign for a politician on TV. I said, if you found anywhere where I said, vote for Tinubu, I will quit my job. It's a challenge. But our people, when you tell them the truth, and the truth does not match their own thinking.
Their own truth is different from...
That means he has no integrity,
No,
he's biased.
you can see the way they abused us on Buhari. But when Buhari decides to move Naira, when Buhari and Emefiele moved Naira out of the system, they started clapping
because they thought it would lead to somebody's defeat. So
They
that
started
Buhari
clapping for
suddenly
Buhari.
became a hero.
It became a hero, you know?
And when we
And
were
they
saying, look,
started abusing
Nigerians
us.
are suffering, they then concluded that by saying Nigerians are suffering, that I was biased,
Yes.
that I wanted a particular person to win.
Yes.
It's just like in a football match. Anybody who is reasonable knows that in a football match, when the referee gives 5 extra minutes, those minutes are available to
everybody to
both
use.
teams. If you are good, you will be able to win.
We are still reviewing the presidential election and the governorship election.
They were now abusing
I know.
us now that the referee was
Days ahead.
nice to us now.
We've not even...
That day, that
we've
is
not...
nice to you.
That we snatched the winner.
We've not even mentioned the God of men that we have all over the world.
No, we have their videos. And when things
Days
don't
ahead.
go
We
against,
just-
when things go against the wish of those God of men, you now see them spewing insults, you know, with big grammar.
No, I
you know.
think Jide, after the election, we need to sit down
Just,
and
No,
do a
we'll do
compilation.
dedicate
compilation.
a session
If you
to
see
all
the
those
seriousness
characters.
with which somebody who knows that is lying from the pit of hell on the pulpit, the seriousness with which he will be talking, his eyes will be blazing, and he knows he's lying.
And all the opinion polls that they sponsored.
And some
We
of
have all
them
seen.
even went as far as
How
saying,
anybody
look,
if
No,
we do a poll
one
that
person was given 6%
in Kano. How can you give Kakwazo 6% in Kano?
and Obi was given Kano. The Obi will come and win.